Hi, my name is Lisa MacLeod. I am the MPP for Nepean. I am joined today on LMAC Today with my trusty interns, Vincenzo Calla, Jesse Currie, and of course RJ Fromm. We are at Hummingbird Hall right here in downtown Barrhaven at the Green Bank Mall. And fun fact, this was the place where I had my first campaign headquarters, where Pierre Poilievre had his second campaign headquarters. And because Greenfields is just upstairs, we have both held several events there. So this is a politically historic and important place for MPs and MPPs in Nepean. So here we are, as I said, at Hummingbird Hall. We want to say thank you to Hummingbird for allowing us to come in at the Nepean School of Music to use their facilities. As you can see, it's amazing, and they are locally owned and operated and friends of mine. So I want to say thanks to them. But I want to start off with you, RJ. You've been working with me now for almost a year. You have been not only an intern, but you're going to Carleton University, as is Jesse, and you're balancing both school and some of the different things that we're doing here, particularly as it comes to audio-visual. So what's the experience working in both the office and at school, and how are they combined to both help you with your studies, but also prepare you for the next step?
Yeah, no, like it's been great. It's been well, this is what I'm doing in school. So my life is all about like filming and editing and all that stuff. But apart from school, which is all like kind of like theory based, this is very practical.
Yeah.
So it's very enjoyable. Like it feels like a break from like writing papers and working on exams and stuff like that. This is fun. This is like enjoyable. I get to go out in the community, film some very interesting videos, edit, and then improve my skills.
And you've had, along with Vincenzo, some pretty high impact content that you were able to put out for me. And I'm thinking of the What If videos both of you put together. Those are going around the world. We had one video that made a big hit in the Philippines on some of our on our food podcast. I'm wondering, what was your favorite and most impactful, maybe that's two different videos, pieces of content that you've put out that really, when it went out, you were like, I am so proud that I put that together?
My favorite video would have to be the Dining with Lisa video. I think the first one. That was just so much fun. It was just a very enjoyable experience.
And that was at Scotty's?
Yes.
Yeah.
At Scotty's Diner. It was just so enjoyable. Like, we got to film in their kitchen, watch them build an amazing sandwich.
Yeah.
And then I got to edit that, put some funny things in there for Daryl. So that was a lot of fun.
Daryl approved.
Daryl approved, exactly.
And the other thing that people don't know about that video, and you laughed about this, and so did I, you tried to get a shot in the deep fryer, and we were afraid you weren't going to lose your phone, but you were going to lose your arm.
Yeah, because I was right in there trying to get the whole shot, but luckily everything went okay.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'll pop over to you and I'll ask the same question. You've put out a tremendous amount of content. I want to get to your next project in the next question, but you must be proud of some of the content you put out. Like, I go back to these What If videos when we're combating anti-Semitism, when we're talking about Canadian values. Obviously, it's very timely right now, but it's also something that means a great deal to us in our community. Now, what's been your favorite? You've been working on the cookbook, you're working on some of these pieces of content. When do you sit there and go, wow, I did that?
There's a few, I would say. I'm not good at choosing one, because like you said, it's multifaceted. There's some that are about policy, some that are more Canadian identity, and so I would.
And some are with Daryl.
And some are with Daryl, yeah. So I would say I was reflecting in preparation for this interview. I really liked the work. We did a lot of good work on the 18th anniversary. 18th anniversary earlier this year. There was a specific video that we did where it was sort of you're reflecting on 18 years. I really enjoyed that one, where you did a voiceover. We went in one day, did the voiceover, and found some pictures and videos from your time. Obviously, when you announced you weren't running again, that was probably the highlight video, that video.
The highlight that I was leaving, or
the highlight of video style. That video went everywhere.
And it's great. It's really nice.
We spent over 12 hours on that video between filming and editing. That was a really big one. And I would say another really big one probably was the Canada Day video. That one was really good.
Yeah.
We spent, talking about reflecting on those Canadian values and all that. And then, of course, the what ifs. The first What If we did, I did right before Jesse and RJ started.
Yeah.
And then that grew into almost a series of videos.
Yeah, and it's one that we're really proud of because I think it really does talk about defending not only Canadian values but supporting our neighbors. And of course, Jesse, I want to go to you. Those What If videos were important to you in your community, and of course, you go to Carleton as well. Vincenzo actually goes to U of O, so he sees all those in campus. He'll be texting me and going, "Oh my goodness!" But you've had your own experiences, and you're going to Carleton. Full disclosure, you went to high school with my daughter. You go to university with her. You like to bake cookies as well.
I do.
And you've been doing a lot of the media monitoring and knowing even the days that you're still at school, you're still getting up and checking what's going on in the city and the province to make sure I'm aware of everything I need to be aware of. But I'm wondering, because you have been on the road with these two as well, what's been the most memorable for you this year as an intern in the office?
Probably interacting with Daryl.
Of course, why did we have Daryl here today?
I know. No, I mean, I love meeting so many different people within the community. But if I had to pick a moment or like an event that we maybe participated in or hosted, it would probably be hosting the Boys and Girls Club at the Black Rapids Farm.
Yeah, why don't we tell people about that? That was a pretty incredible day. You were sort of in charge of looking after all of the kids' activities and making sure they were having fun, and it was pretty special.
It was very special. So yeah, we had I would say probably about 50 plus.
So we had 96.
I was good. Okay, yeah, it's 50 plus.
we
So
had
96
kids.
A lot of kids come to Black Rapids Farm in Barrhaven.
Yeah.
We had the farmers show them around, show them kind of how a dairy farm works, and just have them understand where their food comes from.
Yeah.
But then they also just got to get out of the city because the kids in this club mainly live in like populated urban areas, and it was really interesting, I think, for them to kind of experience another part of Ottawa that's more rural because we have such a diverse city.
Yeah.
And they just seem to have loved it. They loved playing outside. They loved just like all the new experiences they had, and it was really special to see them have so much fun, like, and new experiences, and you could tell that it was really memorable for them.
And I'll ask you this. Before you came to work with me, I mean, your whole life was sort of more central Nepean. You go downtown, obviously, for school, all three of you. But I think this has been a big experience for you guys to actually see the size of the city and to understand, like, it's urban, it's rural, it's suburban. We're very diverse in terms of the diasporas that have settled here. We've done a lot of events at Madoki Farm to support our Indigenous community. And at the very end of the day, it's really important to bring people to different parts of the city, and we were able to do that. Is that something that sort of shocked you from working with us?
Yeah, I mean, I have grown up in Ottawa my whole life, but as you said, it was more like central Nepean, more suburb, urban-y, populated area.
Yeah.
And I always knew that Ottawa was vast and diverse, but I didn't really have a full grasp of how like diverse and different areas of Ottawa are.
Yeah.
So I think it's really a unique thing for us, you know, and it's something that we need to highlight.
And you do a little bit of the casework with Patricia from time to time, and you want to be a social worker. How do you find the work that you're doing parlays into what you want to do in your profession?
Well, I just finished a class on practicing groups and communities. So it's really interesting to kind of take that knowledge that I learned and work with members of the Nepean community. And it's very similar to what a social worker who does casework would do.
Yeah.
I would rather go into clinical work, but it's really interesting for me to have this experience and just like learn how to better listen to people and help them, and just the different issues that some people are struggling with.
And in the constituency office, compassion is key.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Now, RJ, what do you want to do? I'm retiring on February 28th. Obviously, you like to do work. You like to work in this sort of area and arena. What's next for you?
That's a very good question. Like right now, my priority is just to finish up school.
Yeah.
Just get all my classes done, just make sure that I graduate, get everything in order. But after that, just take the skills that I learned here and just keep going.
Yeah.
Go in the community, like maybe help Vincenzo with some of his
I always
upcoming
said
projects.
you guys need to have like your own corporation. Between the two of you, you're pushing us pretty good content. Yeah, so that's good. Now you have a big project you're going to tell us all about.
Yeah, so the last time that the four of us were together in Queen's Park, I officially announced that I was launching Building Barrhaven, the history behind one of Canada's fastest growing communities. And I announced that, and I was just so taken aback by just how much support people had for it. I'm very grateful for it, because I was talking with a few of my friends about this. It's not something you think of doing. Barrhaven, it's a suburb. It's a sleepy suburb that people think of. It's been around since just under 60 years, around 60 years, sort of as we know it. But it has a long history attached to it, and just getting that history together is so important. I'm starting the podcast in February or March about that, where I've talked with so many people that just want to share their stories, and that's
And you can do it here at Hummingbird Hall.
Yeah.
It's amazing here.
It's an amazing
great
place
spot.
here. Where I'm seeing this studio that we're in. It's great. It's in my neighborhood.
You can walk across the street.
Yeah, it's a great.
You can sleepwalk over here.
It's a great place, and just in general, this project, I'm very excited to talk with you and talk with all the people that have built this community and share it. And since then, I've launched the website buildingbarrhaven.ca. I've started to upload some information about the project, about Building Barrhaven, and then eventually there will be a book down the line. We have a community, we have a history here.
Yeah.
People want to talk about and share their stories, and we've had people that have lived here the whole 60 years and all the way back when Barrhaven was supposed to be a racetrack. So that story will be shared, and we're going to bring that story to life.
Good for you. I think that's going to be really exciting. Now, one of the things that we're doing in terms of bringing Barrhaven to life is talking about recognizing some of the community leaders with the coronation medal. This would be a great place to have that ceremony.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you like that? Yeah. It's really nice here at Hummingbird Hall. So tell me a little bit about that process. We're just waiting now for the Governor General to release the medals, and hopefully that will happen in January.
Yes, should happen by the end of January. We've submitted our nominations. Waiting to hear back. Still in contact with Ontario Honors and Awards to get some updates and see what's going on, but hopefully sooner rather than later we'll have some answers and we'll be able to award some valuable members of the community.
Yeah, and one of the people that we've put forward, I won't mention them all, has just recently passed away. Andy Hayden, big community leader, helped build a lot of this, not just Nepean, but the city. And of course, he'll probably be one of the people that Vincenzo, mentions in his project of Building Barrhaven. Now, just a final group of questions for each of you. So, RJ, any parting advice for a young person who wants to get either involved in politics or sort of the stuff that you're doing, content creation, or a little combination of both?
Yeah, so all I would say is just go out and do it. Just go out and just film things and just get your creativity out. I know like Vincenzo, for example, you had no background in politics.
No.
But you going out in the community, finding these groups, building these groups, caused you to now be in this space right now. So just go out and just get it done. Yeah, that's all I would say.
Well, then let's go to you next, Vincenzo. What's your advice?
Well, I would just say, don't be afraid. Like RJ sort of said, I wasn't in politics. I had no connections in politics. I just always kind of had an interest. And I was talking with somebody about this. Like when I was little, I was interested in politics. And one of the things was actually your science, Lisa. It's mundane, but I wondered
big blue machine in Barrhaven.
And here's the thing. I always noticed there was different elections. I didn't quite know what they were, but I always noticed there were two types of blue signs. One blue sign had a flower in the corner, and one blue sign didn't. So that's where I sort of understood, okay, provincial politics.
Yeah.
The PC party is provincial. There's a trillium in the corner. And the federal party, it would have been Pierre Poilievre at the time. He didn't have a flower in the corner.
He had a big C.
He had a big C, exactly.
Yeah.
So it was that's sort of where I realized it. And then I wasn't really in politics. And then I came to be, I started meeting people and interviewing people, and I just sort of stepped out of my comfort zone.
Good.
And, you know, things came together and here we are.
And lifelong friendships. And Jesse, I'll conclude with you. You enjoy politics, you want to get involved, and here you are. Any advice?
Well, it's been a wonderful experience. I've always had an interest in politics, kind of like Vincenzo has. I studied it in high school, and it's been a great experience to actually, you know, have a hands-on opportunity in the community. But for anyone else who's interested, just continue learning, continue educating yourself, staying up to date, and, you know, you are heard. Some people don't think you are, but your voice makes a difference. So whether you're working for in politics, or you're just out there speaking your voice and your opinions, just do whatever fits best for you.
So you could. Well, you guys have been amazing. It's been so much fun to work with you, especially toward the end of my career, being able to sort of get this feeling of excitement again that you sort of lose after you've been involved a very long time. But this has really given me a nice new breath of fresh air, some great momentum to go across the finish line. I couldn't be more proud to work with you, and I'm so grateful. So I want to just close off and say thanks to all of those who have made my life and my career so special. It's really nice to be full circle in this building today, from the place that I first had my campaign headquarters to sort of my final podcast for 2024. And I look forward to continuing to serve in the next few months as the member of provincial parliament, and want to say thanks again to my friends here at Hummingbird Hall. And if you haven't checked it out, you should. They do some great work. They have open mic nights on Tuesdays. Thursdays they've got karaoke. Every Sunday they've got blues jam. And if you don't know Trevor and Sue, pop by. They've been here for probably 25, 30 years and are a real big part of the Barrhaven community as well. So I want to say thanks. Vincenzo, you've done a great job this year. You've worked hard, you've dedicated yourself to the people of Nepean. Jesse, you've brought a lot of enthusiasm to the position, not only your compassion that was seen doing the casework, but also with the kids that came and your understanding. I want to say thank you, very proud to work with you. And RJ, it's been wonderful to watch you put your skills in action and your dedication to the people of Nepean. I'm very fortunate. I've got 3 very capable, professional, and forward-thinking young people who've helped me grow in the past year, and I hope you've enjoyed this episode of LMAC Today.